I almost cannot handle the stupidity anymore. I mean, this is getting way out of hand. And of course, I am talking about the Oscars. Now, the Oscars, I don't even know when they are. I think they're next week. It's either next week or sometime next month. I know for sure, but it's either next week or it's next month. I don't remember, but the Oscars. I don't understand why people are so just fucking stupid. Why, in God's golden name, would you boycott an event that doesn't have very many black people? Just gonna go out and fucking say it. And before anybody freaking calls me out as a racist, I'm not a racist. This is pure anger. This is just pure anger letting out right now. Why in the blue fuck would you want to boycott something just because, oh, they lack diversity? There's not enough diversity in this event. You know, the Oscars started out as all white. You know, you don't see many people complain about WrestleMania not having a lot of matches that involve a lot of interracial people, or whatever the word I was looking for is, but you don't see any of this shit going on in the wrestling community. You don't see this shit going on YouTube. You don't see this shit going on in music. Hell, there's all kinds of fucking bands that don't have, or that are not that aren't interracial. They're either all one color or it's just one person most of the time. And we'll get to music here in a minute, because I have a special rant about that as well. But first, the Oscars. I just don't understand why people are just so mental about this. Where are you even boycotting? Oh, I'm boycotting because there's not enough black people, or there's not enough Chinese people. There's just not enough interracial people that are being nominated. You know that there weren't many interracial people nominated last year. There weren't that many black people nominated last year. And again, I'm saying mostly black people, because that's all who's complaining is just a couple of them. A couple of fucking racist bastards or bitches, or I don't fucking care who you are. I really don't. There's just a bunch of mad, pissed off civil rights people just because, oh, the Oscars don't have very many black people. Let's make a huge problem. Let's make ourselves more famous, or try to get ourselves noticed on the news so people just know about it, and then we'll have like half the fucking black people boycott it because that's what we do. You know, this is exactly what started this bullshit 2 years ago. This fucking black people being, or no, not just black people, because white people are fucking doing it too. Because, oh, it's whatever offends me. Oh, I'm offended because he called me a word. Grow the fuck up. I get called many fucking words. When I was in fucking high school, I wasn't offended. I didn't fucking go all crying like a bitch because somebody called me an asshole. Yeah, I know I'm an asshole because that's my fucking character. That's how I fucking act. I'm supposed to be an asshole. I don't go all crying like a baby because somebody called me a very naughty word. He called me a motherfucker. He called me the N-word. He called me a cracker. He called me something I didn't like. Oh, he's being too religious. I'm not very religious, but I don't fucking complain about it. I don't fucking complain about how there's why football players are praying. I don't fucking complain about that. I support the living hell out of that, actually. Fucking high school football players praying. I support the living fuck out of that. Why? Because that's their belief. If they want to fucking pray, let them fucking pray. We're getting off topic here, but that's my point. But the point to that, against the Oscars? Again, there wasn't many interracial people nominated last year, or the year before, or the year before that, or the year before that, or 5 years ago, or 10 years ago. You know, there's yet to even be a WWE champion who's black. Y'all never complain about that. Nobody's ever complained about that, and that's fucking scripted. Ain't nobody has ever complained about that. Not once. But no, all this fucking shit happened in Ferguson where the black criminal gets killed by the white cop. That's what started it. And you know what? It's going to end. Right now. This year. 2016. It's going to fucking end. Because this shit should have never fucking started in the first fucking place. The only reason why this has started is because the fucking civil rights people wanted this to happen. They wanted another fucking civil rights war. They want another Martin Luther King Jr. to fucking step up and give some great ass speech, then get assassinated another day named after him. This isn't what Martin Luther King Jr. wanted. I'm going to say it right now. This is not what he wanted. This is not the world he wanted. And you know what? If he was still alive today and he saw this shit going on, he'd be ashamed right now. He would be ashamed of what's been happening. And you know what? He'd probably agree with me right now. He would literally, I'm telling you right now, if Martin Luther King Jr. was alive today, he would be utterly ashamed. Not just to the black people, but to everybody. Now, Martin Luther King Jr. had a lot of supporters. And he fought for what he believed in. He wanted to end this segregation bullshit, and it did after he got assassinated. Now, if he wasn't assassinated, yes, it would have ended, but it would have ended a lot slower. And maybe, just maybe, this shit wouldn't have happened. This fucking Black Lives Matter bullshit protest, or this Police Lives Matter protest, or this Oscar boycott. You know what Martin Luther King Jr. would probably say today? He would have said, "Suck it up, Buttercup." It's just a freaking celebration event. It's not like it matters. Although we're still waiting for Leonardo DiCaprio to get an Oscar. And you motherfuckers are going to ruin that for him by boycotting this? Just because there's not enough black people, or there's not enough, there has yet to be any good Chinese actors nominated in the Oscars. I've yet to see one. Or any Korean actors, or Vietnamese actors, or Russian actors, or Chinese actors, or French actors, or German actors. We've yet to see any of those actors be nominated at the Oscars, or at least I haven't seen it, because I don't give two shits about the Oscars. The Oscars are supposed to be something you kick back, relax, grab a can of Coke, or grab a can of beer, whatever the fuck you drink, grab some popcorn, and enjoy the fucking Oscars. Or if you don't care about the Oscars, watch the Super Bowl. It's going to actually be watchable this year. Broncos versus Panthers. You don't want to fucking watch, you don't want to watch the Oscars? There's always the Super Bowl. I don't fucking... This is the shit that pisses me off. This is literally the shit that pisses me off, and it makes national fucking news. This shit should not even be notified. No. This shouldn't even be on the news. It shouldn't even be a problem. You want to boycott something, why don't you fucking start boycotting Planned Parenthood? Since they're officially being defunded, continue to boycott them for once. Instead of boycotting criminals or protesting about a criminal's death, how about start supporting the police? How about finding out why the police shot him in the first place? There's video evidence. Your stupid cell phone video is not the full fucking story. Hate to say it, but it's not. It never will be. That's my rant.